This is Lovin Meets with Decisive Zone.
Today we spoke about e-commerce business and how people with 9-to-5 job has transformed their life to become self-entrepreneur.
And very necessary chat if you want to start a business in the UAE. We'd really love if you can subscribe to the Lovin Meets podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we are thrilled to have Saili Salvi and Mr. Golden Visa back in studio. Today we'll be talking about the rapid growth of e-commerce in the UAE, the different types of licenses, shifting consumer preferences, and the challenges entrepreneurs face to set up their own shop. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Cassie. Thank you for having us again.
Thank you so much for coming back. To jump right in, how common are e-commerce businesses? For example, how many have you guys seen set up in the last year?
For the last year, the number is huge because majority of people are turning towards e-commerce these days. And when you talk about getting the license, if you see the housewives and the people who want to have a side hustle, even they are moving towards e-commerce. Mm-hmm. So I would say in a month, it would be in thousands that people are turning towards e-commerce license.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, to talk about more, everyone, imagine, if you do not have a job or if you're just a housewife and you've got a passion of doing something from your childhood, nowadays it has become so much easier to open an e-commerce license and run any business from home. People are opening, I think household has got one e-commerce store today.
So you're looking at thousands a month, and what is the most common store or the most common industry type store that people are setting up?
Well, to my knowledge personally, I have seen a lot of people are doing clothing nowadays, especially towards the kids' clothing, which is very, very high in demand. And because of the cost of kids' clothing is so expensive, if you go to any retail shop, now a lot of people who know where to source it from, they are sourcing it from abroad, from China or India or different part of the world, and they are selling it from home, and that is very, very high in demand. Kids' clothing and kids' toys are the highest in demand today.
It's so interesting. I'd love to see the comparison in terms of how many entrepreneurial visa setups happen around the world versus in Dubai, because I have no doubt we are just trumping them. But in terms of how you, Decisive Zone, help business set up and e-commerce set up specifically, are there different types of licenses that people have to get based on their sector?
It is very tricky, and I'll let Saili take on this.
See, when you talk about the e-commerce license, you have two options. You can either go for DED or you can go for mainland. But when you look at mainland, there's no such activity called as e-commerce. You have to go for the e-trader's permit. But when you look at the activity e-commerce, that's only available in the free zones. So when you go for mainland, it would be very difficult for you to get a visa with it or getting a bank account. So if you want to have a proper store with proper bank account and everything, you must go to a free zone and get the license.
To add into that, now e-commerce, let me explain a little bit more. E-commerce is something people can sell from their website. On top of that, there are portals available like Amazon Noon, where people list their product so that they can further escalate their sales. Mm-hmm. To have your own website, you need to link that with a payment service provider, which should be linked to a company bank account. A lot of people do not know, but it is a must to have a free zone e-commerce license if you want to open your own website to sell your products. However, if you just want to list your product with Amazon and Noon, you can just do it with an e-trader license, which is available with the mainland.
You guys are just a wealth of information on this, and every week I'm always kind of blown away. Where do you get it from? How do you stay on top of all the latest changes? And is there a way for, could I set up alone, or what is the benefits of going with Decisive Zone to set up my company?
Well, mainly the biggest advantage we have is we have got 7 PROs, plus we have got a research team who's non-stop checking on all the changes. Plus, because we are platinum partner with most of the free zone, we get up to date on daily basis if there is any major change happening in the market. So that's one of the reasons we are able to add value to our customers, and that is the biggest selling point for us.
Amazing. And to keep the conversation based on e-commerce, how do you see the consumer preferences in the UAE shifting, and what strategies can companies use to adapt to these changes?
Okay, so when you talk about consumer practice changing, you must be shocked knowing this, that 70% of population prefers to shop online. which was not the case earlier. Yeah. So there are stores and there are companies who were just having a physical presence earlier. Even they are moving to online nowadays.
Avoiding traffic.
Yeah, and if you must have noticed, even malls are going online. You might have seen lot of malls nowadays. They have an option that you can shop from their online store, and they have delivery within 1 hour, which is amazing.
Which is unbelievable. And what role does mobile commerce play into this?
Well, mobile commerce is same as e-commerce, but because mobile shopping has become so much easier, so you do not even need to go to your laptop to do a shopping. Now, most of the e-commerce portals have definitely got a mobile shop, which is linked to your Apple Pay or Google Pay. So that means the portals have made the shopping experience so easy. With one click of button, they're able to get you the funds from the consumer to the shopper, to the shopping portals.
Right, I did a massive order on Amazon before the show started.
Oh, everybody. If you got a Shein account, you must know that how much is spent.
It's crazy. And could you say for entrepreneurs who want to start their own business watching today, how is social media playing a role to boost a business's profile?
I'll give you an example of a friend of mine. His wife started an e-commerce store about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, 2.5 years ago, and she was actually doing the baby books, so children books. She started with nothing. She's from Philippines. She started a very, very basic store, just having a couple of books. I think today her sale has gone above $100,000 a month. Now, this is a crazy experience I've seen, and how she used to work as a PA in some office. Now she has her own business, and she has got 4 different employees just to help her with the logistic and doing the packing and shipping. So the e-commerce business itself has transitioned so many families to become an employee, to become a self-entrepreneur. This is massive. Now, adding social media, all she did when she started her company was posting on Facebook and Instagram on her socials. That was the only way, without spending a lot of money in social media, she was able to generate sales, because this was going on referral. Kids' books are so expensive in the normal market, or if you go to Borders, but she was sourcing it probably from Philippines, and she was selling it. Just because she was posting non-stop, and through referral and word of mouth, her sales started boosting. Imagine growing a business from $0 to $100,000 a month without putting money in advertisement and marketing. That is the best. I mean, I wish I could hire her.
Wow, I love hearing those stories so much, and I'm sure you see them every day.
These are great experiences I experience, and this makes us feel so proud of how we can support the businesses.
Exactly, I think it's an amazing thing that you do, really supporting the dreams in the UAE. But obviously, companies will face challenges, and you have a deep insight into either the challenges or maybe the mistakes people are making.
We do have 360-degree solutions. And especially us being here, I'm almost here for 20 years. All we do is share our personal experience with our consumers, and also able to involve them in our community of the businesses. That's why even a startup company gets a lot of support being with partner like us, because they not only get the 360-degree service so that they can run their business, also they do get access to our community of businesses. So that's how we are able to help a lot of businessmen.
What does access look like?
Well, we do have a Telegram portal which we are building, wherein every business will be able to communicate with each other. Cool. However, we do morning coffees, morning teas, breakfast mornings, and also we do yearly events where we invite different businessmen to come on board and just communicate with each other. Yes. Lot of times, and personally, if there is a startup and I know there is a supplier on the other end, we will connect them in our office, and then they connect with each other and they do business together.
Very interesting. What is the impact of government policies on e-commerce startups? Has there been any change in recent times that a new entrepreneur should be aware of?
One thing about Dubai, you must know that this place is very dynamic and the rules keep on changing every day. But when you talk about e-commerce, there are no such strict rules as the government has laid yet. So it's pretty much similar for all type of businesses.
Yeah, there is no major change. If you have got a retail shop, you can definitely sell online. You do not need a separate license to run your e-commerce. So if you've got a boutique shop, if you've got a hair product and you want to sell online, you are allowed to sell online. If you do not have any retail address where you are able to keep your product and you showcase to the market, you must take an e-commerce basic license to be completely 100% legal while you're selling your product. There's no major change. This is very basic, and this everybody must adhere to so that they do not avail any legal fine for doing so.
Interesting. And for anyone watching today, if they want to set up a business right now, what are the steps? What do you need? Cost, timeline, process, paperwork, all of the admin. Like, if I want to start today, what do I need to do?
Okay, so when you look at e-commerce, like I told you, you have two options. If you're planning to get the permit, the cost would be somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500. But if you're planning to have a proper e-commerce store with a proper bank account, that's also very nominal. It starts from 5,500. And if you want to add visas and all, there are amazing offer going on right now for e-commerce. You will get it for 17,000, 12,000. It depends upon which zone you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In terms of paperwork, there are very basic requirements. If you're a resident, all you need is your passport, visa, and your Emirates ID, and we will take the picture for you as well.
Yeah.
We help you fill up the form, and it is very, very basic. You may struggle just to find the right name for your company. That may be the biggest challenge you will have. Rest, everything will be taken care by our people.
Interesting. And then how do people do the trademarking? Is that done through you as well for names?
We do outsource the trademarking at the moment, but we are planning to get that in-house as well. Trademarking is done probably 2 to 3 years after they have set up their business, they have become a profitable company. That's the time we ideally suggest people to go and trademark their name.
Building businesses, one example there, going from $0 to $100,000 a month is so amazing, and it all happens with Decisive Zone. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If anyone wants to reach out and ask you more questions, how can they do so?
They can follow us on Instagram, follow Decisive Zone.
Or decisivezone.ae, or direct WhatsApp us 05535 05535. That's our number.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our show, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye from me.
Thank you.